Hi, this is Stephen Pierce, and I want to welcome you to The Power to Create Profits. And today we're going to talk about mind mapping your books for accelerated learning. Now, for many of us, when we pick up a book, think about it. When you pick up a book to read it, maybe the title captures you. Maybe there was a good review on it at Amazon.com. A friend may have recommended it to you, or whatever the case may be. But how often do you ask yourself what your purpose is for reading that book? That's something that I learned from Paul Sheely, because I used to just pick up books, read them, and highlight them and bookmark the pages like crazy, but I had a retention problem, and if you have a retention problem, it becomes very difficult to take that information and test it in your own business and in your own life and integrate it and get some kind of a return off of it. So I kind of changed how I go about reading different books, and with this change that I'm going to show you, I mean, my retention and my ability to learn has doubled, tripled, even quadrupled. I mean, it's absolutely amazing, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy the process. And again, we're talking about mind mapping. So if you have mind mapping experience, you're going to enjoy seeing this. If you've never done mind mapping before, then you can just use this as a starting point. But I just kind of want to share with you what it is I do when I'm reading books, or I'm reading newsletters, or I'm reading journals, or even if I'm reading a magazine that has some kind of relevant information that I want to retain, use, or share with somebody else. So when we talk about reading, the first thing you want to do is understand your purpose for reading whatever it is you're about to crack open. It can be a magazine, it can be an article, it can be something in a newspaper, or it can be a book that's 200 pages or 2,000 pages. It can be a huge volume. But before you crack it open, you have to know what your purpose is, right? So what you want to do is, on your paper that you're going to mind map on, identify with your purpose first. What is your purpose for reading this material? And then after you establish what your purpose is for reading that material, go through the book, browse the book, preview the book, look at the table of contents, maybe go back and look at the index, look at the back of the book, and if it's a hardback book that has paper sleeves, read the columns, read the flaps, and see what other information is in there. And what you want to do is pull out keywords that relate to your purpose. So after you understand your purpose and you're starting to browse through the book, you want to pull out your keywords, and those keywords are going to be related to your purpose. Now you're giving your mind direct focus for things to look out for in this material you're about to read. So what happens is everything else doesn't matter. You're only going to start to focus on that matters to your purpose. Right? So we're talking about focus. And when you start to mind reading, mind mapping, you're ready to get it going. In the center of your paper, which is normal with mind mapping, put a circle and then put the name of the book, put the author's name, and then put the copyright date. All right, so in the center of your mind map sheet, you want to put the title of the book, the name of the author, and the copyright of the material that you're about to mind map. And then as you go through, and you're in chapter 1, for example, this is chapter 1, you can just write the chapter's name along this branch that comes out here from the centerpiece. And then here you can put something like, chapter 1. Okay, that's chapter 1. And then mark the key points. Don't write the whole sentence, but if there's some key point, write that keyword or words on one branch, which is off of the circle that comes from the main book. So you have the main book title, the author, and the copyright, and this is the branch. And right here we have the title of the first chapter. And this circle right here represents the first chapter. So what we're going to do is start making notes of the different things in this chapter that relates to our purpose only, and that's it. So by the time you're finished doing your whole mind map, all the material here that you have on the mind map relates only to your specific purpose. So that means you're able to extract from the material only that which applies to what it is you're looking to get done and what it is you're looking to accomplish. And all the other stuff, for the moment at least, is irrelevant because that does not match up with what your purpose is. And they state that a lot of the information that's in the book is kind of like filler anyway. It doesn't all drive to the main points of what the authors are trying to make. All right, so again, what you want to do is establish your purpose before you read, pull out a few keywords that relate to that purpose, start off in the center of your mind map sheet, put the title of the book, the author's name, the copyright date, and then for each chapter, create a branch off of this main circle, put the title of that chapter on the branch, and then you have your subcircle right here, which represents the first chapter of the book. Then as you read and you start to find these things that trigger on the idea, the purpose of your reading, and you start to relate to some of these keywords that you pull out, start to write write those on the branch. And what's going to happen is this is going to make it much easier and more efficient for you to remember the material that it is that you've read. And then after you've done all of this, you can go to a whole new sheet of paper and mind map the whole thing from memory. Start all over again. Have the book closed and mind map all the material again that you just read from memory. Now, if you want an ultimate challenge, you can do it after you've read the whole book. But if you want to just make sure that you're retaining the amount of information that you need for you to apply to what your purpose is, then just do it after each chapter. After you've completed one chapter and you've done your mind mapping directly from the book, take a break from the book, maybe 30 minutes or an hour, or maybe even go back the next day, and then mind map that chapter from memory. Find out what it is you've been able to retain. Because if you think about it, there's a lot of different things you would like to remember that you don't remember, right? Well, it's not that we really forget it, it's that we don't have strong memory threads from our conscious mind to our subconscious so that we can quickly extract that information that's already in our mind. And one way you can prove that to yourself is you can start off with a blank sheet of paper and mind map what you know. You can start off just like this and then put in the center, what do I know? Right? So what do I know? And then just start talking about what you know about. You may know something about babies, right? You know something about babies. And then ask yourself, what do I know about babies? And for each thing that you know, create a branch on all that information. And this may be a subtopic about babies, Then ask yourself, well, what do I know about that? And you'll find that within you is this huge storehouse of wealth and intelligence. Because we don't have strong memory threads, we're not able to rapidly and more efficiently extract that information out of our minds. But using the process of mind mapping as you go along, or you read, or you're listening to a seminar, or you're talking with somebody and making notes, it better matches up with how the brain is designed, and it helps you to create a stronger memory thread to the information and makes for more efficient and accelerated learning. So regardless of where you are, start adapting the idea of mind mapping to everything it is you do. Going to seminars and taking notes, or reading books. I truly believe that this will enhance your ability to learn, retain information, and then go back and be able to use that information. All right? So until next time, this is Stephen Pierce, and remember, you do have the power to create profits.